Evermore, because that's where the Gnome Land used to be located, but was absolutely and utterly, completely destroyed by Zornoth when he... What happened? Hello? Hello? Is anyone still here? The stream never ended, so it seems like Twitch just did a little wonky thing. Unless while I walked away, the stream... No, it never ended. Because I would have had to restart it myself. Tell everyone to refresh, because that must have happened on Twitch. Hey guys, I never left. I was here the whole time. I don't know what just happened. Literally nothing happened on my end. That's so weird. Twitch being... It's Twitch. It was 100% Twitch just broke. I know it said I went offline, but I never did. Twitch just had a blip. 100% Twitch just had a blip, because if my stream actually ended, I would have had to click start stream again. But it never stopped. It just still... It was going. That's so weird. Twitch be twitching. That's it. Twitch be being weird. Stream did restart. I'm saying on Streamlabs, it did not ever stop. It's on Twitch. Twitch just stopped and restarted, but I never clicked restart stream because it never stopped streaming from Streamlabs. Twitch just broke. Thanks, Twitch, for that one. That's fine, though. Just have people refresh. That's weird. It also shows more people here now than were before that happened. So I think the whole time it was being a little wonky or something. Or there's just suddenly more people here than were before. Before the blip. It said there were about 800 and now it says there's over 1,000. So I'm assuming all those people were here before, or it's just so broken. A good Karen, thank you for subscribing. Shrub was offended. No, Shrub, when she gets her full story told, she's gonna be real happy. She's gonna be happy about it. She's gonna be happy to have her story be done and in our past, and we're gonna move forward with Shelby's story and where she's going. But their stories are only connected as far as the Evermore is where the great Gnome Land used to be, but is now an entirely new place. And just simply has the souls of the gnomes that didn't make it, and anyone else that has since wandered in and did not wander back out. And that's it. I really can't wait for the Shrub episode to be out so I can finally just explicitly say what happened and not have to withhold information, because I'll finally be able to put the episode out. The map and everything, all of the characters, there's different characters she's going to encounter along her journey. Is all done. I'm gonna have my friends jump in and play the different characters or voice the different characters. All I have to do is sit down and film it in that day and then make the episode. And I think I could do that as soon as everybody's done with their holiday stuff. So I'm thinking early January, when everyone's done home from the holidays and stuff. Are the forest spirits the gnome? Not all forest spirits. No, I'm gonna say no to forest spirits being the gnomes. The spirits of the Evermore fog are a mix of gnomes and people that wandered in and then did not make it back out because of the fog being so thick and disorienting, and also a bit of bit of mushroom cloud inhaling's gonna mess with your head. So those spirits are gnomes and people that got lost. Forest spirits I reference in season 1 are I think of the spirit world in Empires the same way as Avatar does it. So there is a spirit world with like forest spirits that were always forest spirits. They are a different plane of existence. That's a whole different thing. There's a spirit world and a people world. And they're planes that are kind of like on top of each other, but don't overlap in too many places. Or some places they do. But, will there be a season 3? That will not be a question I can answer. I sure hope so, but I don't see why not. But also, I can't confirm that for you. It's not my series. And we're not even done with season 2, so. Cub was high on shrooms. No, Cub got a bad spirit attached to him. Cub got infected by... Because some of the spirits in the Evermore fog are angry about what happened and stewed for hundreds of years, and he definitely got a bad one to latch onto him. But he's fine now. how you're doing the spirit world connected to how Sausage is doing the spirit world. I don't know how Sausage is doing the spirit world. I know he's doing different dimension travel. I didn't know he was doing spirit world travel explicitly, or he maybe is doing something different. I'll have to ask him about it, but I don't know how he's doing a spirit world, if he is doing one. I didn't actually even know he was doing a spirit world at all. I thought he was just doing dimensions, but I have to check out his lore, because I can't watch everybody's episode all of the time, so I'm a little bit missing some of their lore. But also I think sometimes we might put lore in each of our individual stories that don't actually make sense with somebody else's, but we're not being like strict about that. So my lore might say something about the spirit world that contradicts something from Sausage's episodes, and I just kind of think of them as just separate things, just in case, because we're not checking with each other all of the time. We're just improvising and making it up, so we don't have strict rules. And I might establish something that doesn't actually click with what he already established on his side, and we just don't care, because it's not a big deal. It might not make sense, but it's also just for fun, so it doesn't have to be perfect and make sense. But I'm also talking about the spirit world that is not where you go when you die. I'm talking about spirits, like Avatar level spirits. It's a different world, and it's not where people go when they die. It is for the spirits. The forest spirits and the just whatever a spirit would be, but it's not dead people. Although dead people could be in the spirit world if they wanted to be, but it's like for other spirits, a different type of being spirit. You know what I mean? That's the spirit world I'm talking about. That's where, well, I did say in season 1 that the Nether is the spirit world. That's like one place where you can connect to the other side, and there's different like areas in there, one being the corrupted zone, which is the Nether. But I said in season 1 there's a way to get past that part, and inside of the Nether, not actually obviously, but in my lore, out when you make it past the Nether part, the corrupted part, there are other zones of places where spirits live, and that is going to be what Shrub is going through in my Shrub episode, because she last leaves off going through the portal, so she's assumed to end up on the other side in the Nether in the corrupted part, and she thinks her people are out there somewhere, so she's going to go through all of the different places in the spirit world that she can get through and see if she can find where her people might have ended up, or maybe they ended up on the other side of a different portal somewhere else in the world, or are living in there, or we don't know where they are still, but that's her journey is going to be through there. So I'll show you different places that are zones inside the spirit world, with her wolves that she left with. So we're exploring the spirit world. Well, actually, no, we're not. I lied completely that entire time. That is true that there's different zones in the spirit world when you make it past the corrupted part, but Shrub, I haven't decided actually if Shrub's going through those zones or if she's going through another portal and then going through zones of other places and realms and real world locations for people. I think that was actually supposed to be what it was. You're just gonna have to wait and see, because I don't know yet. I haven't decided fully. Will you ever connect Empires to Afterlife like Ollie? No, for me, it is not connected at all. None of my characters from there are connected. Though I did have a ghost character that could have been connected to Origins, but no, I'm saying that was like a AU. Not strictly connected to my Empires universe. It is a alternate universe of characters. Because I had Shrub over there, but that's not canon to Shrub's story. That's just a little side bonus AU, I think, for me at least. I am very much winging it. Well, we have the map planned out, and I forgot what the zones of the map are, and I thought they were all spirit world zones, and they still could be, but I actually think initially I intended for them to be other places in the world. In like, it could be a different realm. It could, I don't even know. I might not even put a hard, like, strict answer to that. I might just have her go through a portal, end up on a different side of a different portal. I'm not going to tell you if it's a different dimension, realm, whatever that means. I might just have her go there. Origins and Afterlife connected? Again, no. It's an AU. It is completely separate. I am not connecting it to any lore, empires, origins, nothing like that. For me, Afterlife was a complete separate little side AU. It is not part of my canon for any other character. And yeah, I'm going to leave a lot of my Empire's lore is just ambiguous because I don't even know the answers sometimes, so I might just leave it open-ended because it's easier not answering those questions and leaving them out there because it doesn't matter. In the end, it doesn't change anything for me to tell you if she's in a different dimension or in the different realm. I also very specifically was using realm to not mean dimension. I used it as a different word, but that confused people, and they think that Shrub came from a different dimension from Empire Season 1 location, but I said realm instead of dimension on purpose because I didn't want that to be necessarily what I meant, but I didn't decide yet, so I just said realm to be ambiguous. And I'm pretty sure they use realm in Lord of the Rings to refer to the Hobbit realm and the elf and the dwarves, but it's still in the same world. That's what I was really meaning to use realm for, but I left it ambiguous because it doesn't matter anyway. It doesn't change anything, and you can make up whatever you want in your head about it. Can gnomes be corrupted like Joanne sausage? Yeah, probably. I don't know. Huh. Probably could be. But gnomes have a very special connection to the spirits and the spirit world. Work very closely. Like, they have fairy circles, but are very, like, the same side and are friendly with fairies and things like that. They are very closely aligned with the spirits in the spirit world. That's why Shrub was able to be protected by fairy circles and is helped by forest spirits, because the gnomes are very closely connected with them. So is World Season 2 taking place in the same as Gnome Shelby? Yeah, we confirmed that, I think, ages ago. I don't know what you mean. I just revealed that the Evermore used to be Shrub's original homeland for the gnomes. So that's the same world. But also the gnome land was the same world as everyone else in Season 1 too. I said realm. Because it doesn't matter though. It is a detail that changes nothing, so it doesn't matter. But it is the same world, confirmed by the fact that the Evermore used to be the gnome land. But it is a detail that changes nothing, so I don't really feel like being specific or care, honestly, because it doesn't matter. But for the sake of saying, it's the same world. It is the same world. Did Shrub have any siblings? I don't know if I ever decided on that or not. I'm not sure. I don't know. No decision. I'll leave that open-ended in case I decide later to say, yeah, she had a load of brothers and sisters, or she was an only child. I don't know yet. But yeah. Will there be a merch restock? There will be the day after Christmas. We'll have one more restock. And it will be the day after Christmas. I will be tweeting when it goes live, the restock. So, but yeah, day after Christmas, we'll have a restock. Everything will be back in stock, but it will be limited. And when it runs out, that might be the last time you can get it. I don't know for sure if we'll do another restock. We might not, and it will not come back ever. I wish I brought my, I brought too much clothes, so I couldn't fit anymore. But I wish I brought my cat jumper, space cat jumper. I wish I had it. Rats is ending if you haven't heard about it. I'm pretty sure they've put it all over the Rat Twitter, so I don't know if you're not following the Rat Twitter. But Rat SMP was always meant to end, I think at the end of the year is the last day. So, act accordingly. I will have one more Rat stream. It was only ever meant to be a short series. That's why we only ever had 3 lives. I never lost one, though. I wanted to. I tried to. I tried to fight a cat, and I still didn't die. Yeah, it was only ever meant to be a short SMP. 3 lives. More people were supposed to die easier. And then it's ending at the end of the year. It was a mini SMP. Is Rat's SMP coming back? Not mine. Can't tell you. cannot tell you anything about an SMP that is not my SMP. Because not only one, I don't have that information, and two, even if I did, it's not mine to give. Not even the mold could kill. I really wanted to die that episode. I don't know if you could tell I was trying to lose a life, and I could have tried harder, I guess, but I could have just kept fighting the cat. But I didn't want to make it obvious I was trying to die, and then I just didn't die. I was too good. Mini SMP where everyone was mini. Oh, I didn't even think of that. It was a mini SMP where everyone was mini. I can't answer questions that are about other people. So any question about what other rats and people were up to, sorry, I can't answer a question that's not mine. I am not my answer to give. So what happened to Lizzie? You should not ask anyone other than her. Please don't ask questions in chats that are about a different person, because that's completely unrelated to me and I can't answer for someone else. Again, even if I had the information, it's not mine to give. So rule of thumb, don't ask a question that's about what somebody else is up to or doing, because I don't know. I don't know. And if I do know, I'm not going to tell you because it's not mine to tell. But usually I don't know. Usually it's that I don't know. Did you personally enjoy the Hermitcraft Empires collab? I really did. And I love my house that I built. And I almost kind of want to put it in the Evermore. But it actually doesn't fit the Evermore because I put birch in it. So it's a different vibe. And it wasn't supposed to belong to my kingdom. But I really loved it. And I kind of wish I had it. And I almost thought about building it on Empires. But I'm not going to because it is my hermit house. And it wouldn't fit the vibe of, I think, the Evermore, because it has birch in it. And I guess I could use a different material, but it looks good with the birch. So I'm just going to leave it as it is, and it will live on the Hermitcraft server until the end of the season, the Hermitcraft season. It lives there now, forever on their server, and that makes me happy to know. What's up with the red eyes? Who's red eyes? Is it me? Is it still me? I didn't think they looked that red. Also, please don't spam questions. I actually decided on a rule once. You get to ask it once. Usually I say ask it like once or twice and give it some time. I'm going to say just only ever ask a question in a chat one time. If you don't get an answer, please don't ask again. I like this Christmas lo-fi. It's good. I'm getting vampire vibes. I'm completely, totally not doing it on purpose. I just have an orange light in front of me. I feel like my eyes really looked like a red-brown the first stream I did here, and I didn't have this light. This one was off. What does it look like off? Yeah, there's still like a warm brown. This looks better, though. It has a nice warm glow. It's my sunset lamp from my computer back home in California. I really like it. How's your banjo lele playing? I don't have it here, although I'm thinking about bringing it the next time I'm thinking about traveling with it anytime I go anywhere, except for England, because I actually have a ukulele there. But I have a hard case for the banjo lele. I don't have it with me here, but I wish I brought it. And then I need to keep practicing. I still only know the one song. But I'm enjoying it here. I'm really glad I have a little setup here, and I'm leaving the light. I'm leaving the microphone. I have a little USB hub. I'm going to take the sunset lamp back because I only have one. I might buy another one, though. I'm giving vampire vibes today. And I do love that vampire filter on Instagram. I love it so much. Buzz. I was giving Wednesday vibes today. Can you give details about Empires 2 Shelby's school life? Yeah, this is true. She went through a few years of witch school before she was sent out on her, whatever we want to call it, when they go out into the world to try and be a resident witch and help, like a region with magic, and then you graduate later. But I'm going to say she was not liked by other students. I'm going to say she didn't have any friends and was bullied, because that makes sense for her. Also, she was always bad at being a witch. She reads all the books, but it just still never comes out quite right. So people make fun of her. I mean, it was already established canonically that the only reason she was sent to the absolute worst area she could have been sent to was because she was the worst student and then got expelled because she just was such a failure at school, to put it lightly. Yeah, the only reason she was in the Evermore, which is like the last place anyone would want to go, was because she had the worst grades. And then as soon as she got there, they expelled her because she just wasn't, like a few days later, they expelled her because she just wasn't up to par with what they wanted for their witches. If you forgot episode 1, that's actually a lot of backstory for her school life. Enough, I feel like, was so bad of a student, got sent to the worst area, and then immediately did such a bad job that she got expelled from the school. That says all that you need to know about her school life. Blood Prince, thank you for gifting 10 subs. And Bailey, thank you for the $1. Thank you guys for gifting. All your characters have sad backstories? Yeah. I have to make my character have a tragic backstory a little bit every time. Usually, at least. But it makes for good characters. It makes for good growth and redemption, and able to come back from their sad backstory. Although I don't think anyone will have a more sad backstory than Shrub. Hers is definitely the worst one. But being bullied in school, I was bullied in school. We could just say she was me. Although I was really good in school. I had really great grades. I just was still bullied anyway. Because being bullied has nothing to do with any real thing. It's always about just being mean. They need to have trauma. I don't know how to make a good character that doesn't have a little bit of trauma. Is Shrub's backstory going to have a lot of angst for the finale video? The finale video of Shrub is not a backstory video. You have her backstory. She was a gnome. Her entire homeland was utterly, disastrously destroyed. A lot of the people did not make it. And the rest, she doesn't know even if they made it. She doesn't know how many or any of them made it. But the rest of Shrub's story is the future. It's her after she goes in the portal and finding where they might have gone. We have her backstory. That's it. It's done. Tied. Sealed. Delivered. It's enough trauma, I think, for her. Shrub's episode is all going to be what happened next. And that's it. No back. I mean, you'll get to see some stuff about her people, but no more backstory about it, because I gave the backstory already. Half gnome? No, there is no half gnome. In fact, I'm going to just say there's no such thing as a half gnome. Gnomes and people can't. So, they're just full gnome. I don't know who you wanted to be a half gnome, but there is no half gnomes. There are gnomes and there are people. just to eliminate any possibility that people still want Grey Witch Shelby to be from an ancestry of shrubs. She is not. She's not a gnome. Yeah, I'm going to say there's no such thing as a half gnome. Let's just do that. How long do you plan on streaming for? I do plan to wrap up here soon, because in a little bit we're going to have a little Christmas Eve dinner. I think we're doing a little turkey, lasagna. Will we ever see Grey Witch Shelby's grandma? That I don't know. I do plan to have you see the academy, because I think eventually I'm going to have her face like the council. So I need to get a map of whatever the academy looks like and have some of my friends play the council and the headmaster. But I might leave the grandmother as completely no voice, no skin, no character to observe of her. I might just leave her out of the series. We'll reference her, we'll talk about her, she'll write letters and speak to Shub in letters, and if she ever goes home, I think I'm just not going to show her ever. Just because it feels like a big deal to put a image and voice to her grandmother. Or I'll have art made of her image, maybe. But I think I'm not going to have her play a character in this series ever. I think she's just a character that we reference. Could the grandma secretly be Wizard Gem? Literally not possible at all. Period. I need people to not force connections between characters from season 1 and season 2. Because 1, that was 1,000 years ago. Gem is not physically possible to be the grandmother of Grey Witch Shelby. And I already made a statement that wizards and witches are separate magical beings. Great Witch Shelby is not related to Wizard Jem either. They are different magical beings. Jem lived 1,000 years ago. She could not be my grandmother. So no. As much as people wanted it, no. We had to keep it separate. Why did Shub write to her grandmother but not her parents? She doesn't have parents. That much I actually thought was implied very, very clearly, but maybe not. Because she lives with her grandmother. She only references her grandmother. She writes letters to her grandmother. She doesn't have parents. Her grandmother adopted her. It's not her blood grandmother. It's just was an older woman who adopted her and wanted to be called her grandmother to make it make sense for maybe other kids in school and make it easier to explain. But no parents. Just Witch Shelby and her grandmother who adopted her, who isn't her biological grandmother. That's the story. I didn't reveal that, but I did just say it today. I don't know how I'll reveal that in the story yet, so that's a little bonus bit of information you get to know. Ivia, thank you for subscribing. Shaders I use are in the description of every Empire's video, so you could check that out if you ever want to know. Texture pack, build, art, shaders, always all linked in the description of the stuff. Shub is also ace, so I don't think it would work that way either. That is very assumptuous of you. Shrub, I think you mean Shrub. Shrub was ace. She could marry and date and have a baby and do whatever she wants as an ace. So, it does work that way. Let's not assume for Shrub. In fact, I would assume, well, no, I'm not going to reveal what happens to her, but Shrub definitely could still. Well, I only just wanted to say no half gnomes because I think they were trying to say that Great Witch Shelby is half gnome. She's not half gnome. Maybe there could be half gnomes, but Shrub could marry and have babies with whoever she wants to, anytime she wants, as an ace. Same for Great Witch Shelby, who is also ace and would absolutely love to marry and get a baby from somewhere else with Catherine. I already answered that question. Please don't send questions more than once. I don't have the ability to delete because I don't have mod mode, it seems like, in here for some reason. Yeah, Nature Wives Season 1 never happened, but Nature Wives Season 2, she definitely, Great Witch Shelby definitely has a crush still on Catherine, but it didn't make sense for them to make that a thing yet in Season 2. And I'm not going to confirm for sure that it will happen or not. We're going to see if it makes sense as we play our characters because we don't make plans that far ahead. We're just kind of playing it out as we feel comfortable, but we're going to see where it feels natural for that story to go. But it did not make any sense for when Joey and Shelby fought. It wouldn't have made sense for Catherine to pick Shelby because they don't really know each other. And she has bigger problems. She's not worried about romance while her kingdom's falling apart, so it wouldn't have made sense to do it at that point in the story. But there's still a lot of story to be told. Season 2 is not over, so it is still possible. But we're gonna just feel it out and see what feels comfortable and natural for our characters and not try and force anything. So we don't know either way what will happen, but we do want Catherine and Witch Shelby to spend more time together because that's what was missing, was they didn't spend a lot of time together yet. They don't know each other that well yet, so they want to have that opportunity to get closer first. Viewers, is Great Witch Shelby related to the gnomes in any way? Shelby, I cannot keep having the same conversation. Great Witch Shelby is not connected or related to any gnomes, and she is not connected or related to Wizard Jem. I will have to say it 1,000 more times, and I don't mind, but none of them are related to each other. Not to mention the 1,000 years that would make it impossible in between, but why is she wanted? You have to be watching from episode 1, the Great Witch Shelby side of things, because you should know why she's wanted. She is actively breaking the rules. She was expelled from her school, and they have asked her to come back and turn in her wand, and she did not do that. She's breaking the rules by practicing magic still and not returning home. And they have finally caught her out that she is avoiding them and not doing as she's told, and that makes her a criminal. So they put out a wanted poster for her. Beep, beep, beep. Yeah, me and Catherine don't want to make any plans strictly because we also we don't have the rest of our stories for each of our individual characters planned out fully yet either. I don't know if Catherine knows where or how her story will end or where it's going with her kingdom yet because we're not scripting it, we're not planning it that far ahead necessarily. I have ideas of stuff, but not everything's super strictly planned out, and we don't script or anything like that. Never have. Do you think Witch Shelby and Pirate Joe could ever be friends? I would love to. We'll see how Pirate Joe feels about it, though. That's another one that we have to just see what feels natural for the characters, and usually it just happens in the moment because we're just improvising. Usually it happens in the moment that one of us decides. I thought after our fight at the festival we were going to be friends. I didn't know he was going to completely just not respect or honor that and was going to immediately try and have me assassinated, which I think is so funny. But we didn't plan it. So, which Shelby would love to. We'll see how Joey feels about it as we're playing our characters, because he might not feel that way in the moment, because it might just feel funnier to him or more natural for his character to just keep wanting to destroy her. He tried to abandon me on the Hermitcraft server. He tried to kick me through and get rid of me. So I don't know if he'll ever want to be my friend. And I want to go with whatever story's funnier. I always want to do what's funnier. Yeah, me and Joey's afterlife characters were best friends. We were best friends from the start, and we ended as best friends, and I'm really happy about that. Did we have a little enemy story halfway through? Yes. But we ended up as friends, so. What the heck are the police going to do against a witch, let's be honest? It is not the police that are after her. It's not Jimmy or the police. It's witch authorities, and they can do a lot to get her. I actually have answers to that in the next episode, but she isn't just wanted by normal police. She's wanted by the witching world authorities, which is a whole other thing. And let's not forget, Great Witch Shelby's not good at magic. She's not good at what she does. And everybody else in the witching world who's a witch is, especially the ones who are authorities. So she has big problems coming after her because they are going to do their magic and they're not going to fail at it. She is going to need to run and hide. Will we ever get to see the headmistress? There's a headmaster. I actually, in the next episode, have just named him. The episode obviously not out yet, but I had the headmaster write a letter to Witch Shelby herself, and I have him named. But I don't know what he'll look like yet. I think I will have you see him in a scene eventually where Shelby is confronting the Council of Witches, which he would be on. But I don't know when or what they'll look like or anything like that. But I did give them a name yesterday. Wish Shelby just needs some therapy. No, the other witches need to leave her alone a little bit more, I feel like. Let her be the witch that she wants to be. Stop trying to make her a different witch or somebody else. I don't know when the next episode will come out because I only just released one yesterday. It could be a few days. It could be a week or two because I'll probably put an Origins episode or a Rat episode out next, so it might be a while. Possibly a week and a few days. She is just trying her best. She's trying her best. And no, it's not Dumbledore because we love Dumbledore and the headmaster is nasty. We don't like him. We don't like the Council of Witches. We don't like the headmaster. They're all bad and mean. And they don't like her. That's why they sent her there in the first place. They would have loved if she actually did die in there, probably. Thank you, As It Plays, for the gifted sub. She's just misunderstood. Yeah, I wanna just do a quick clarification because I never saw a comment from the person anymore since then. But Shrub being ace, Great Witch Shelby being ace, does not mean that they wouldn't still have potentially children in their future, wouldn't still get married, wouldn't still be intimate with somebody in the future. Just to make that very clear, not because of the characters, but because of being ace. I want that to be clear. I feel feel like every Shelby character is always adventurous, and I love that. They're also so clumsy. I feel like all of them are clumsy. It will not be a musical. I'm shutting that down immediately. None of my episodes will ever be a musical. I'll participate in a musical. I wouldn't sing, but I would participate as the character that's like, why are you guys all singing? But none of my episodes will be a musical. Definitely not. I'm not built like Lizzie. I can't do that. Is Shelby going to end up with Catherine? We truly are not planning that far ahead. We are improvising. We are role-playing as we feel. See how we feel in the moment. That is not something that we will confirm or deny or anything until the moment actually happens itself, when it is confirmed or denied. So that will be left open-ended until it's either answered in the series, or it's not, because maybe we just never naturally get there. We're not saying anything about it definitively at all, because we don't plan. We don't script it. It's not a scripted thing. I meant the headmaster would sing. Yeah, I'm not doing... I still have to make that episode. I can't do that. I'd still be responsible for making a music episode with the headmaster singing, and I'm just not gonna do it. Nope. Beep, beep, beep. Does Witch Shelby have a canon romantic orientation? She's ace. That's as far as I've explained. She's on the ace spectrum. Every character, every OC of mine, forever and always, ace spectrum. Will Tortoise get a lover? I don't know. Tortoise is the only magic toad that I want to have. I don't want there to be another magic toad, but who's to say Tortoise and Mother Toad? The big toad. He loves his big toad wife. Ooh, maybe. I haven't actually thought of that until right now. I never considered it until this moment. Maybe. I will not be getting another toad as a witch. I have my one familiar. I'm not planning on making another toad be part of my lore or story, like another named toad. But we have our Mount Toad. She's very old and she's very big, but it's kind of funny to think of them together, I think. Otherwise, there will not be another toad involved in my story. I'm not going to make another magic one. I'm not going to name another one. I like having just one animal friend. It just is nice and easy. Very Disney movie style. You get one animal friend. Unless you're like Moana, who had two, but one of them got left behind. There will only be one. Isn't that technically illegal since Mother Toad is like 100 years old? Not only are there no laws for toads, but two, you don't know how old Tortoise is. So, leave the toads be. Let them be. Don't impose laws on the toads. That just stuff doesn't work in the wild on animals. Tortoise could be old too, you don't know. But also, they're toads? They're toads, there's no laws. That isn't a thing. I just like the idea of him with a big toad and he loves his big toad wife. I kind of am loving it. I'm not gonna make a canon yet, but I kind of love it. Let the toads be lovers, don't ban their love. I would love to see some toad police, though, come around and be like, hey, you can't do that. Beep, 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 beep. It is totally legal. Will Great Witch Shelby betray someone? Technically, she's already betrayed literally the entire witching world, but we're not going to talk about that yet. Did you name the big toad yet? Not in the series. I think I have, personally, but I haven't revealed it. Is the mother toad the mangrove swamp version of the mother wolf? Kind of. I didn't mean for my thing to be there's ancient mother animals in my areas. I am going to reveal the great toad that's just been living in there for hundreds of years, but the dire wolf was very much also like the wolves, and their mother wolf are creatures that can go between the human world and the spirit world. That is not the same case for this toad. That will not be the same thing, but So she's not the mother of all toads, and she's not like significantly a mother toad. I just like calling her mother toad. But it is just Big Toad that's old and has been in the Evermore for probably as long as the Evermore's been in Evermore. Did the wolves survive? That's for the Shrub episode to reveal. The wolves went through the portal with Shrub. So when I do Shrub episode, we'll see. She goes with them into the portal, so they're with her. Just a big old toad, not magic like Tortoise. Yeah, just a big toad. She was able to just keep living untouched by the outside world in the fog, but is big and old. Kind of like an actual tortoise. They live to like 100 years old and just get big. In the right conditions, I'm going to say a toad can do that in this world, but you never see a toad that big because they don't usually live that long, because in normal conditions, it doesn't work out that way. But because she was concealed and kept safe and tucked away in the Evermore fog all those years, she has lived to be that old. Will you get the Mother Wolf reskin for the Shrub finale? Well, I rode Mother Wolf through the portal, so the Shrub episode should be assumed will be starting with me on Mother Wolf's back. It's not a reskin. I have the skin already. It already exists. We have it already from Empire Season 1. She will be in the Shrub episode because I ride her through the portal. So she'll be with me on the other side too. All right, dudes. We're going to be getting ready to leave soon, so I'm going to have to go. This was a very fun little stream. I had a good time. But it is time to go have Christmas Eve at my sister's house. So let me go find someone to raid who might be live today. I don't know who is. I got congested from talking so much on the stream for some reason. I'm going to have you guys raid Finn. Let me make sure I spell it correctly, though. I think that is it. Go be the absolute nicest people in the chat. Go bring your good vibes. Thank you for vibing with me today on Christmas Eve. This was fun. I love talking lore and answering questions. Go watch Wednesday. It's really good. Also, go watch my Empire Season 1 and 2. It's also really good. Lots of little bits of lore in there. Go in there. I'll have to do hugs and subs that I didn't see through the stream the next time because the feed just isn't working, so I can't see them. But go join the raid. Thanks for joining here. Go be vibey in the chat, and I'll see you guys in a couple days, probably maybe the day after Christmas, if I can do a stream that day. If not, the 28th, because I fly home on the 27th back to LA. So I'll see you either the 26th or the 28th. I don't know yet. Goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.